Alright, time now is 1:56 p.m. on July 22nd. I said I was going to wake up a little earlier today. Well, I lied. I actually didn't wake up earlier today. So, there's that. Um, but my video didn't go viral, but it did kind of blow up. And I'm kind of satisfied that it blew up. But that being said, though, I only gained one sub from that. So, that's a little bit disappointing. But, yeah, I didn't have any significant dreams. I'm also not going to do anything all that crazy today. I'm going to continue looking for a job. Um, I'm going to film a review. I'm going to be reading the rest of Act 1 in August Wilson's Fences for my Englet homework. And then that's it. The short film guy actually sent me an audio clip of footsteps yesterday. And I was like, where's the running sounds and where's the falling sound? And then he's like, oh, still looking. So once I got the sounds, I can finish up the sound edits, which is going to be very cool, you know. And then we have the last stage, which is music. So there's that. Um, and not much else. Not much else. Wait, was it a dream or was this real? I think this was real, but I saw a. Wait, is this real? Shit. You know, lately, and by lately I mean for the last few weeks, I've been like knowing things, but then thinking, wait, did I know this from a dream or did I know this from real life? Because I have dreams and I write them down, and sometimes they're pretty vivid. Sometimes. And sometimes it's just a glimpse of something, right? But it's still something, nonetheless. So, anyways, I went to Instagram, and I think one of the person I know is hanging out with three other person he or she knows, and I was thinking, well, of course, I mean, that the first person I talked about, that person was always like, oh, I want to invite people, I want to invite people. So that person invited people. I think it's a dream because if it's real life, I would remember it better. Um, yeah, I don't know, but it feels really real because there's no story attached to it. Usually, a dream has a narrative going on, but that's false. Um, well, anyways, today I'll be going out to my brother's birthday dinner. Um, so there's that. Tomorrow I'll be taking the second shot of the vaccine, which means that I probably won't be very mobile on the 24th, which means I won't be making any videos. On the 25th, I'll be back, and then on, I think 26 or 27, I'm gonna go work out, probably, if nothing goes wrong. I'm gonna go work out, and then, yeah. And then there's August. July is already fucking over, guys, and I still haven't started my awesome adventures yet. Um, I'm gonna invite Zara and Miriam to maybe a couple temple runs, or maybe one. Maybe we only have time for one, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, and then maybe I'm gonna do some solo adventures as well, at some point in the future, somewhere nearby, really, like the Walled City Park. I don't know if solo adventure is better there or is like, you know, if I invite Miriam and Zara there, I'm gonna tell them that I will film stuff with my own phone. So, you know, there's that. Also, maybe with Leo as well. I don't know. Um, but yeah, August would be. I'm not gonna say interesting because I don't want to disappoint myself. Last year August was bumfuck nothing. So I'm not going to say this year's August is going to be any more interesting than last year, even though the pandemic thing is like it's better now, which is impressive actually. Like usually when there are pandemics, it usually lasts for a few more years, and everybody's just suffering for a few years straight to the point of getting used to it, you know. Um, a few days ago when I went out for dinner with my dad, I actually forgot to wear my mask. which is shocking. I'm usually very I remember everything usually. And I went downstairs, I walked on the street, and I'm like, hold on, something feels weird. My mouth feels free. Oh, I don't have a mask, so I immediately went back home and grabbed a mask from the rubbish bin because I threw it in the bin. So yeah, there's that. All right, time now is 3:10, 3:12 actually. What? It's only 1 minute faster? It's only 1 minute later? More like 1 minute sooner or earlier. Okay. Anyways, even though my latest album review video is blowing up, but also not in a good way. In a way, it's like the Oscars video where I was like shocked that Anthony Hopkins got Best Actor, and that video got more dislikes than likes because everybody thought I hated Anthony Hopkins' performance, which is very frustrating. And similarly, we have this video, but there are a lot of likes, but also kind of dislikes. Not a lot, but like the like-dislike ratio is not doing very well because and one of the comments was like, you didn't make your own genuine comments, which by the way I did, even though a lot of the stuff I talked about the album Fantano had talked about already. I'm just repeating them, and I even said in the beginning of the video I don't want to repeat them, so I'm going to try my best to not repeat them even though they're really obvious. Second of all, he's complaining that I eat and drink in the video, saying that it's rude. And given that it's me, you know that I'm really sensitive towards things like this. Like, I really try to come off as classy and as elegant as possible. But given that I'm already on this platform for 4.5 years and I only have about 480 subscribers now, 485 actually, I just give no shit, you know. I could be fucking murdering people on screen and people would just let it slide probably. And I just didn't care. I just ate food, I guess. But even so, I don't think eating food is that bad of a thing. Again, given that it's me, you would think, well, I would think that I wouldn't do something like this, but I would. When I started off YouTube and I cried in one of my school update videos, I was actually skeptical whether I should upload it or not because I don't want to let the world see me cry. But right now, I'm talking about it myself. I'm talking about crying like a grown-ass man. Yeah. This makes me want to just quit reviewing albums and movies, not because, ooh, I'm receiving a lot of hate, blah, blah, but because I see no point in it. Sometimes there's no benefit from it. If it's not getting me a lot of attention, if I'm not gaining money from it, and if half of all the comments I'm receiving are hate comments, or maybe 1/3, or maybe even 1/4, but still, then what is the point? Why am I still doing this? I mean, yeah, I like talking about music, but maybe the cons are more than the pros. So at some point in the future, I just have to stop. I don't know when, but I just have to stop. But what I know is that by the end of 2021, I will do a huge reformation for this YouTube channel, which means that I will do movie reviews, but it'll be in the format of like a review, like 10 seconds per review or something, you know, like one of those like Karsten Runquist videos where he's like, oh, what I watched this month, blah blah blah, 10 out of 10, blah blah blah, 3 out of 10, very bad, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, 5 out of 10, just okay, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, 7 out of 10, blah blah blah. And I'm just gonna do something similar like that. And same goes for albums. There's this YouTuber called Mike the Snare, and he does something similar as well. Oh, this album, yeah, pretty bad. Oh, this album, yeah, pretty good. Oh, this album, this album, you know. Like, I should just do something like this, unless a huge project comes out, like a huge movie or huge this, huge that. But I would like to sort of sweep these reviews to the sides and maybe focus on filmmaking more, you know, just video essays about filmmaking, story writing, and also just travel videos, travel vlogs. I like doing that shit. Just a highlight reel of everything that happened in June 2022 or some shit like that. While in my second channel, I'm going to be posting Minecraft videos and just thoughts update videos, huge chunks of thoughts update videos. I can say whatever shit I want. I can say it for however long I want. Rants, all the very personal rants where I cry my balls out and talk about the meaning of life and all that shit. You know what? Second channel. If you're interested in seeing me having mental breakdowns, go ahead. But yeah, I just gotta quit reviewing things at some point in the future. It's been 4.5 years. Over 4.5 years. I'm feeling tired, man. I'm a tired fucking old man. I'm about to develop Alzheimer's disease. Okay? So, there's that. Alright, so time now is 12:27 a.m. after midnight. Let's do a wrap-up talk. So quite a bit happened today. Nothing all that important in my opinion, but quite a bit nonetheless. Important to me anyways. So first of all, at around 6, I left my place with my brother. We took the MTR to somewhere in Pacific Place, Admiralty, which is in the central district of Hong Kong, in a mall. And in the middle of the mall, there's a restaurant. There's a French-Japanese restaurant, and we ate a pretty expensive dinner there. And while having dinner, we didn't have much to say, but my brother was really eager to talk about his own school life. Back in Form 1, I wasn't so eager because I thought my parents wouldn't understand, and this is something that only teenagers would understand, you know, the pain, the suffering, the edginess. But that's what I thought when I was 12 years old. When I was older, when I'm older now, I realized that yeah, maybe they won't understand, but ultimately nobody would understand because everybody thinks differently, right? And we understand each other through speaking, communication. And so if I don't communicate, then of course nobody would understand. But anyways, my brother was really eager to talk about, you know, he goes from, oh yeah, I was bullied at school. He said a girl hit him and he fought back. And he said that he was bullied. And a few days ago, he was like, I cut, not really wrist, but it was like the joint between the hand and the wrist. And it was a very slight, shallow cut, like nothing real and gruesome. Which probably, I don't know if it makes him more suicidal than me or not, but there is no race. Regardless, it's a bad thing. And yeah, so since he talked about his school life, I have to talk a little bit about mine. And then I realized I've never actually had a fight in school before. I've never dated, I've never had a fight, I've never experienced anything. And I began to feel like a spoiled kid. Like, all my life has been sunshine and rainbows. It's been very plain, very boring. Nothing bad happened to me. I mean, yeah, of course something bad happened to me. But did it make me try to kill myself? No. So, does this mean I am spoiled? You know, I don't know the real world. I don't know what the society really is, because I've never actually faced it before. I don't know. I mean, to be honest though, have I had suicidal thoughts? And have I thought of hurting myself? Yeah. But I've never tried it. So it's one thing to think of it, it's another thing to try it. And I don't know how far that gap is, but I've never actually crossed it. Maybe it's because I was afraid, but probably because I had hope still, which seems like a foolish thing. But maybe that also means that I was more mentally strong than I think I am. So maybe that's a good thing. Or maybe that means I've never experienced shit and I've been a spoiled kid the whole time. It could go either way. But anyways, I digress. So my brother's like, oh, I was bullied and this and that, and how like a lot of the girls don't like me but like my friend, and I feel really inferior In fact, he wrote not a poem. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a poem, but it was very like terribly written poem. Like, I feel bad. I they have to push me to the edge. Blah 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 blah. Not poetic at all, right? But at least he wrote something, like I always do. Also, um, um, so there is that. Now, another thing had taken place. Okay, simultaneously, my mother is a teacher in a university, and her students are actually about the same age as me, maybe even younger, maybe even a year younger. But essentially, a lot of her students have also experienced bullying, being beaten up. Now, I don't know if I have been bullied before. I mean, what is the definition of bullying, anyways? If bullying means physically being beaten up, I've actually never experienced that before. If bullying means being hurt by a group of people repeatedly, I've never experienced it before. But I've experienced instances of being verbally insulted by a group of people for a week. You know what I'm talking about. It's the persecution. Also, before that, I've been bullied by 3 kids younger than me, one of which is my elder cousin in France. And another instance where, in the same year, I think, I was physically attacked, actually, but nothing that crazy. Like, I wasn't stabbed or anything, just kicked. You know, they were kicking me, and it wasn't that violent or anything. And it was just like a couple days, you know, but in this camp. So have I actually experienced bullying? Do I need a beating in order to understand the pain? I don't know. It sounds a little masochistic, don't you think? Okay. The most personal thing, now I'm not going to disclose too much because it's wrong for me to do so, but let's just say there has been a divorce between the parents of someone I know and my family knows and is very close to us. And this divorce had made the mother in the marriage, the wife in the marriage, very sad. And my mom said depressed, which is not a word that I like using. I don't like to throw a word like this around. But apparently for half a year she's been doing medication and like thinking of suicide and you know, just feeling really down all the time, crying randomly. And today, both parents who are divorced decided to disclose to their children, aka someone I know and my family know, that they're divorced. And the older one was like, why divorce? What's the problem? I mean, you could still be together, right? Like, I mean, duh, affairs, so what? And that really hurt the mother's feelings. The younger one was just raging, losing his shit. In style too, you know? Like, it wasn't like an ugly fit. It was like a very stylish one. Now, I wasn't there, but this is what I heard, at least. This made me think. And also, Leo's parents are divorced. Topher's parents are divorced. There's a lot of pain and suffering around me, but not me. I feel like I've not suffered enough, which is a good thing. I mean, it's great. But also, maybe I haven't actually lived before. You know, I haven't actually experienced shit. Then that leads to my conversation with Natalie later today, where I talk about, I mean, I was honest with her, you know. I was like, do you think, and I wasn't just talking about me, I was talking about my school. I always think my school life is the darkest, most messed up thing ever, but honestly, when it comes to bullying, I've never seen very intense physical bullying, like cigarette burns or anything. I know some people do smoke cigarette in my school, but nobody's like burning cigarettes, slicing, burning hair, or anything like that. It was all very mild, at least as far as I know. But if stuff like that happened, everybody would have known. So the people in my school were actually pretty civil. We're all just a bunch of gentlemen and ladies. Now this brings to me, and then at that point I realized that, you know what, maybe I have a bias. I mean, I look at people like Natalie and Pink. Natalie even spoke to me like she's some fucked up girl who had a very broken past, which is probably true, but she's like, oh, you don't know what trauma is, you don't know what pain is, oh, you don't know what it's like. And she's probably right. You know, she's been bullied in primary school, like beaten up physically, and also sexually harassed. Same thing goes for Pink. Dysfunctional family, check. Self-harm and suicide attempts, check. Being bullied, check. Sexual harassment, check. You got all that. But when you look at people like Jordana probably had experienced even less than I do, you know? She has a great family, like great family bonds. She's rich. I mean, she's the spoiled one. I mean, yeah, I haven't exactly been persecuted by a mafia, or I've never been hunted down by a cult or anything like that. But Jordana's life is probably more privileged than mine. Like, I'm still living in a probably small apartment, and I'm still suffering from day to day. So there's that. And also, right now, I still do feel like, well, I haven't suffered enough in order to live. But at some point in the future, when I get older, maybe I wouldn't even care anymore. Like how in Form 1, I would always be like, wow, I need to be stronger. Like physically, I need to be faster, I need to be smarter, so that people would respect me. But at some point, I just kind of gave up. At some point in Form 5 and Form 6, I realized that's not even the point. The point is to make friends, to socialize. The more friends you have, the more powerful you are, the more secrets you know, and people will support you, back you up. You're going to have a great time. It doesn't matter if you're a super smart guy or not. It doesn't matter. So maybe at some point when I get older, I would realize, you know what? Maybe it doesn't even matter if I had experienced shit or not. Maybe all that matters is something else again. You know? I don't know. But at some point my mind will change when I get older. Apparently Natalie's still really sad. She went to a psychologist and she's been diagnosed with depression and anxiety disorder. And her doctor advised her to take happy pills. And I don't know what to say to her. She's been saying shit like this to me for a long time. Other than those 79 days, of course. At this point, you know what? If Pink hadn't committed suicide, if Pink is still alive right now, of course I would be alive. And I think Natalie would stay alive. But one thing for sure, and that's something that we both agree on, is that whenever we feel sad nowadays, the sadness is different. It's different from before. After the DSEs, I was never the same. The sadness now is real. It's normal. But the sadness then is dreamy and magical, at least for me. It was a different shade. And that so much is true. So I'm just going to end the video here. One ultimate thing that I strive towards is to live. It's funny because thoughts like this is aligned with suicide. You want to die, but you also want to live. Because people who want to actually commit suicide, I feel like a lot of people actually think. I feel like a lot of people who want to commit suicide don't really think about gruesomely and violently slashing themselves to death. I think some people just want to disappear or cease to exist because there's just so much pain and suffering in life, and that is also simultaneously why I want to live. And it's, yeah, I mean, I'm living right now. I mean, I'm speaking, I'm breathing, I'm eating food, I'm holding up. I still have 4 limbs. I'm seeing with my eyes, I'm listening with my ears, I'm speaking with my my throat and my mouth. But when I say living, I mean experiencing something, making friends, going through ups and downs, striving towards goals, go to places, visit weird random places, encounter strangers, have something awkward happen, have something funny happen, have something scary happen. Like a life, like a movie, like a never-ending movie. That's a mix of genres like comedy, horror, thriller, drama, romance, just a mix of all those. That is life, right? And I want to live it. I feel like I haven't been living in the last 1.5 years. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've spoken too much. And yeah, that is what I think of life. That is what I think of experience. In fact, I think I actually did a video a long time ago talking about experience and also thoughts on being a virgin. If someone goes up to me and asks me if I had a great time when I was in secondary school, I'm going to say no. Have I dated anyone? No. Have I fought anyone? No. I've never fought. Have I been bullied? Maybe. But that isn't even the main point. To be honest, I don't even know what the main point is. I just didn't have a good time. And suddenly it's over. And then now I'm just sitting here, not knowing what the hell's going on in the outside world. Well, it's pretty late now. I'm gonna continue reading Fences. I actually have to do a quiz tomorrow about Fences Act 1, so I gotta read the play. Second of all, I'm gonna watch anime, and that's it, I'm going to bed. As far as jobs go, I have no idea. Everybody's really competent, but I'm gonna find a way. Trust me. Alright, it is 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, fuck. Yeah, 5 months left, huh? 5 months left. I don't know, I'm feeling really talkative, but in reality, right, so I'm about to go to bed. So given that I have only 5 months left and I want to live as much as possible, I feel like I haven't lost my sanity nearly enough. You know, back in Form 2, I was like, ooh. Like, back when I was in my edgy phase, I was like, wow, I'm insane. I mean, sure, to a degree, the whole green list, blue list shenanigan, that's pretty delusional. But when it comes to actually insane, I'm nowhere near. And sure, it's not a race. But if I want to live, I want to step out of my comfort zone. But that also means taking a lot of risks. Now, a couple months ago, I went to do the McDonald's challenge, and that is already 2 months ago. Holy fuck. It's already been over 2 months since McDonald's challenge? Are you fucking kidding me? So you know what? I'm going to do another solo adventure somewhere in the future. As much as I want to do an adventure with Zara and Miriam, because the more the merrier. Sometimes I just gotta do it on my own. So um, you know what? I have a lot of stuff. Plus, I also want to learn how to draw. I've been wanting to learn how to draw for a very long time, and I want to draw faces, like people faces, because sometimes I would think of like a, not a painting, but like, yeah, I mean, a picture, and I would be like, damn, if only this picture is real, but it only exists in my head, and I'm like, damn, if only it is real, if only I can draw. So you know what? There are 7 days left to July. 7 days. That's 1 week. From now on, I'm going to give myself goals to reach by the end of every single month. Plus, now I don't know for sure when am I able to be going when am I able to leave Hong Kong. But I am going to guess December 26th. That gives me 5 months and 3 days. And I'm going to start counting down, okay? 5 months and 3 days. I'm going to start counting down. And I'm going to make every single day count, okay? This also means I'm not going to sleep as much, which is totally fucking fine. Okay? I've been living so well for the last few months. I've been sleeping a lot, sleeping so much. Sometimes I sleep 10 hours a day. I wake up naturally. I feel so good. So you know what? I'm going to set goals for myself. From today on until the rest of the month, I'm going to set goals. Gain weight, of course, the usuals. Gain weight, short film, and college stuff. In August, there's no college. I need to get a job. I need to get a job. I don't care what job it is. I need to get it. I need to have job experience, okay? Solo adventures. I'm going to pinpoint locations, okay? Now, I have like 50 something locations in Hong Kong that I want to go. I'm going to select the best ones because there's no way I'm going to go to all of them within 5 months. There's no fucking way. I'm going to select the best of them, and I'm going to do a list, and I'm going to cross it off every time I finish the visiting the place, okay? Okay. And aside from that, I feel like I will have to cut down some of my YouTube videos in August, which is bad because pretty much all my YouTube videos are album reviews, movie reviews, TV reviews, anime reviews, meme videos, which is kind of rare actually, thoughts update, Minecraft, and that's it. And I have to post them on the regular though, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge. But anyways, I'm gonna post less in August, and I'm going to focus more on building oneself. I'm going to fucking live. I have to live. And I think at around April, I was already like, damn, I want to live. And in May, I sort of did when I just went out and buy myself an ice cream. That is one of the craziest things I've ever done in 2021. Buy myself an ice cream. That is the... If you think about it, that is the craziest thing I've ever done. Buying myself a fucking ice cream, that is the craziest thing I've ever done. No, actually, short film is the craziest thing I've ever done. But that is planned. That is really well planned. The second craziest thing is buying myself an ice cream. But I can go further, okay? If I want to live, I gotta go further. I got to go further. And by further, I mean geographically, which means that next time I'm going to go to somewhere far away. Solo adventure. And, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wake up a little bit early tomorrow. Alright, time now is 11:59 in the morning. I just woke up. I couldn't fall asleep immediately. Actually, I fell asleep, I think, at around 5 a.m. in the morning. Maybe it's because I was sad. But yeah, I don't know. Just have lots to think about life and living and all that shit. I mean, I'm only 19 years old. Why do I have to think about all that? Why do I have to think about all that? But I feel like because of the internet, a lot of people are growing up faster and faster, like psychologically. Like even my brother, who's 12 years old, already act really independent. Like when I'm 12 years old, if someone yells at me, I would throw a fit, I would rage, maybe I would cry, I would try to fight back. But if it's my brother, he would do that when he's 10, but now he would just sit there and look and be like, I don't care. Yell at me all you want. I'm always right. Which is something that maybe a 14 or 15-year-old would do. Not something that a 12-year-old would do. So everybody's maturing really fast psychologically because of the internet, I feel like. And I feel like I'm part of the victim too. Like don't 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds go out there, go crazy, drink and fuck and do all kinds of weird shit. Just living a life not knowing the burdens of life. But now I'm just in my own bedroom evaluating life itself. Like it's just yeah. But anyways, wow, my Tones in an Album review got 136 views right now, which is pretty crazy. It's blowing up, but not in a good way too, because now it's 626 like to dislike. So there is that. And I didn't gain one sub from that still. Yeah. But anyways, the reason why I woke up this early is because I have a quiz to finish. I'm gonna finish reading Fences, and then I'm gonna finish the quiz, and then that's it for today. Man, I had a hard time waking up today. It's so tiring for some reason. So I fell asleep at around 5, but at around like 6 something and 7 something, I woke up again and again. And I thought it's already 11, but actually it's only 7 a.m. in the morning. And then I slept back, and then at around 11 the alarm rang, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to wake up. So yeah, that's that. Pretty pathetic. But yeah, whatever the case may be, my goal for July is to complete the short film and maybe gain 1 pound, maybe. But yeah, the goal is to complete the short film and complete the semester, and then I'm good. Okay. Maybe by the end of July, I'd like to squeeze a small trip, because yesterday, right before I went to bed, I actually looked at my Google My Maps, and I found that there are actually tons of locations, and it would be impossible for me to spend even like 7 times leaving my apartment just to go to these many locations. A lot of these locations are pretty far apart. So yeah, but I don't know if there are this many people who go to this many Chinese temples in such a short period of time. It sounds so obsessive too, because I just spent an entire month building a Chinese temple and a Chinese garden in Minecraft. Now I'm gonna proceed to spend 5 months visiting Chinese temples and Chinese gardens in real life non-stop. I'm gonna visit at least 20 of them, okay? There's a certain obsession, which is a little bit funny, but it is what it is. I just looked at my grades for my class. I got a 75 out of 100 in short response number 2, where I have to identify and analyze literary devices. Now, when I'm in secondary school, I did study about poems, and I did identify and analyze literary devices, but not in such a way. The English way is so much more different. Hi, Enoch. And the professor is actually quite nice, because he actually gives comments constantly, which is a good thing. But here's the thing. This assignment is due July 11th, and now it's already 23rd. It's been 9 days, okay? It's been 9 days. So it's that module is already over. I'm not reading about poems anymore. But anyways, hi Enoch, the clarity of the writing and the good information here saved this a passing grade. But this really doesn't answer the prompt directly. This was meant to be solely around identifying specific devices and analyzing how they were used. You do mention that death and possibly immortality were personified, but there's not a lot of analysis around the use of that device, and then no other devices were really explored here. Be careful with the instructions. See, I don't know what I'm doing when I'm writing it, because I've never written anything like that. And it's so confusing because the instructions were not so clear as well, especially for the second essay, where the instructions were the least clear in the whole module so far. I've no experience in this, man. I've no experience in this. Alright, I'm gonna end this quickly. Time now is 10:10 p.m. I'm alive. Yeah, I took the second vaccine, and the nurse is pretty nice. She's an old woman, and she asked me if I had any reactions after I took the first vaccine, and I said, yes, I had fever for one day. And she was like, okay, well, do you have any allergies? And I said, no. And then I asked her if I will also get fever after the second shot. She said, maybe yes, maybe no, not for sure, but let's just say yes, because usually if a person gets fever the first time, the same is going to happen again, but usually that, there are exceptions. Anyways, returned, that's it. My left arm isn't feeling that painful now. Like, I can still do this. But last time when I had the first shot, I think my left arm hurt a little more. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get fever tomorrow. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna rest for the rest of the day. It does make me feel happy that my first year in college only has 1 week left. 1 week left. Summer semester, gone. Which is pretty cool. I also spent a really hefty amount of time just doing even more research on Hong Kong. And essentially, I went to my maps and separated all the temples from other places. And I realized that there are 23 temples in my maps. I did a little bit more research and realized that there are 2 other temples that's worth going. One is Man Mo Miu, and the other is Thousand Buddha Temple, which is near Sha Tin, which is a place that I really want to go. So now I have 25 temples listed in Google My Maps. There are probably way more temples in Hong Kong. I mean, there's already one in East Main Street, and also one near East Main Street. I didn't walk into it, but I've passed by it like many times already. There are temples everywhere. I mean, last time I went to Dongpengzhou, Flat Island, there's a temple there. When I go to Tin Hao, there's a friggin' temple there, of course. It's literally in the name of the place. I passed by it, but you know what? I'm only going to start counting how many temples I've been to if only I've gone inside it, okay? Also, I'm going to be separating the temples into 3 categories, right? Because a temple, the definition of a temple is a place built to worship a god. Which is weird. How about a place built for religious purposes, but not for worshiping a god? Because there are other religions, right? There are animistic shit. There are other kinds of religions. I forgot the name. Animistic, right? Animist religions. And then there's the other kind, shoot. See, this is what happens when the education is not enough. But animatistic. It's animistic and animistic. There are other kinds of religions, and even for theist religion, you don't have to worship a god sometimes. Sometimes you can just worship a guy. So, yeah, there are actually a lot of temples here. So I'm going to separate it into Buddhist temples, Taoist temples, and folklore temples, which do not belong to either religion. So, of course, all the Tinhao temples will be considered folklore temples. I realized that there is a huge festival that is being held in Chengzhou, Long Island, every single year during the Buddha's birthday. It is called the Taiping Tengjiu. And I've never experienced that in my entire life. And so I searched up Buddha's birthday 2021. Apparently that happened in May. I missed it. But even though it happened in May, I probably wouldn't see anything there because of the pandemic. So maybe I will have to return to Hong Kong sometime in the future, maybe a few years from now, and somehow make it so that I can see Taiping Tengjiu, which is a bit of a problem because that's May. And that's literally the last few bits of my fall semester. So I need to figure out. I need to figure it all out. But yeah, that is all. Apparently today is also the opening ceremony of the Olympics of Tokyo. Tokyo Olympics 2021. I have no idea that it's today is this opening ceremony, and the last Olympics is actually 2016 when I was only 13 years old. So if I think like that, yeah, it's been a very long time. I still remember watching the opening ceremony in a Texas roadhouse in Texas, and I think it was it Brazil or was it Moscow? No, I think it's because I remember Rio just holding one thing with another to another to another. Olympics. Or was it Moscow? I think it's Moscow, is it? Nope, it's Rio. Then why did I say Moscow? Oh, because of World Cup. Because World Cup 2018 is Moscow. Right? Yep. Yep, well, Russia in general, not exactly Moscow. You get the idea. Yeah, that's that. Signing off. Culture Detective up in this motherfucker. So I've done this already. Okay, it is 12:09 after midnight. I've done this already, but for some reason, I didn't put it in my food compilation list. Maybe it's because I couldn't find it. But this is the fish meat sausage, and it is one of the staple snacks of Hong Kong. You know, if you're born in the 2000s in Hong Kong, chances are you're going to be very familiar with this. So, I've done this already though. So what you do with this is that you twist it. Okay, I'm gonna do it from this very awkward angle. I have to because I only have two hands. So you do this and you twist it. Now, at some point it's gonna pop, and there's gonna be the short end, and there's gonna be a long end. I've done this before, by the way. I just don't know why I can't find the footage. So I'm just gonna do this again. Hopefully I can buy something like this in, like, I don't know, in the USA. Oh crap. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. Oh shit. Okay, well, anyways, you got this end and you got this end. For this end, you gotta squeeze it out. For this end, you just eat it. Alright, it is currently 2:47 p.m. on July 24th. I had a pretty good sleep. As you can see, I'm holding my phone with my left hand. Even though it is hurting, I can still raise it. So it's not hurting as much as I thought it would be. Also, I don't have fever now. I don't think so. I don't feel that feverish feel. But yeah. Anyways, I had a good sleep. I fell asleep at the usual time, 3:50. No, actually, I did fall asleep a little bit later than that, I believe. But yeah, all the way till 1, except for a couple moments. There's thunder and rain on the outside again. Raining and thundering again. Hip hip hooray. It's been raining all week. um, yeah, so because I am of sound mind and body, now, no, I'm not gonna do reviews. I'm gonna maybe upload more Minecraft videos. Maybe I'll edit a thoughts update video. Who knows? But, I have 2 things to focus on today. One, it would be to, um, do the short response, the final short response exercise in my entire English semester, where I have to do a character analysis from the play that is Fences. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to complete, even though I know I won't because this is a huge project, but try my best to complete the Just Like Heaven note block map in my Minecraft survival world. And aside from that, jobs. Right, jobs. I can't procrastinate anymore. Gotta find it. So, gotta do it, you know? Just gotta do it. Yeah, people like Oliver and Natalie have tons and tons and tons of connections, and people hand jobs to them, spoon feed them on a silver platter. I don't. I have to look for jobs myself because I have no connections. So, there is that. I had a small dream, not a very pleasant dream, but not that significant either. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. When I woke up, my phone is at 17%. Of course, the charging never works, seldom works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But yeah, that's all for today. I'm also going to be doing a lot of research on, doing even more research on Hong Kong traveling. And I guess I'm going to pick several locations to, because Chungking Mansion, the place where a lot of Indian people and Pakistani people live and work, no way in hell is anyone going to join me to go there. That is not a tourist spot. That is just a spot in Hong Kong. So I'm going to go there solo. Besides, if I and several other people walk in there, it would probably cause even more fuzz. But if it's just me, maybe it would be better. Who knows? Yeah. That is all, I guess. That is all for today. I want to make as less of these as possible because I know that if I make a lot of these already before I leave Hong Kong, when I leave Hong Kong, I will make even more because my life would be way more interesting. Nowadays, my life isn't that interesting at all. In fact, I'm at a low point in my life where I'm living at my most boring. And, I should just talk less. Alright, so time now is 6:54 p.m. and I think I'm beginning to feel it, the feverish feel. I did nothing for the last 4 hours. Played a little Minecraft, I did a little bit of this, bit of that, did some research on Hong Kong, didn't do any homework. I'm just not feeling it, and I don't want to do anything really. Yeah, I'm actually feeling it. The feverish feeling. It's coming, man. It's coming. I can feel it, man. I can feel it. Head is beginning to feel heavy. Eyes are beginning to feel hot. And not knowing what to do. So there's this whole Olympics thing. The fencing girl from Hong Kong actually won over Poland and Singapore. I think, no, Peru. The other fencer won over Singapore, and then she lost to Russia. So that made a lot of news. And about half an hour later, the match between Hong Kong badminton duo versus Malaysia is going to start. So there's that. But it's not like I care anything. Anyways, I went to Instagram and there's news that there's an anime expo in Hong Kong. Now it's not exactly anime expo because there's like video games and all that, but still something like that. Now, Pink, Natalie, Leo, and Cedric had been there, like I think a couple years ago during Anime Expo, and had fun. And I only recently got into anime, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually kind of interested in going there. But honestly, I don't think anyone will want to go there with me. So I don't know. But apparently it ends on July 26th, which means now I can't go out today. Tomorrow's 25th. Maybe my fever is gonna be worse. So 26th is the only day I can go out. I don't have much choice. So I kind of want to go to the Anime Expo on 26th. I already missed the whole Buddha's birthday thing in Chengzhou. And again, for the following few years, I will not be in Hong Kong. Um, Maybe I will be for summer. So maybe if I come back to Hong Kong next summer, maybe I will still have a chance for Anime Expo. But this whole Buddha's birthday thing, it's already over. It's done. Maybe I'll be able to see it 8 years later or so. But that's done because it happens in May and late April. So, I'm gonna check my body temperature. Here we go. It is happening. It is happening, guys. My voice is so goddamn raspy for some reason. Yeah, time now is 11:50 p.m. and just finished dinner with my cousins. It's been, I think, a year almost, or I think half a year since I've seen my elder cousin. So yeah, first of all, I have fever. Except I took a Panadol pill a little bit earlier today. Except I took a Panadol pill a little bit earlier today. Fuck, are you kidding me? And now I'm feeling a little bit better, actually. Hasn't been a full day. 37.0. That's an improvement. 37.2. Lower than 0.3. So it's still kind of there. Second of all, earlier today I was like, oh shit, Anime Expo. Now, I'm not a huge weeb or anything, but man, I got 5 months left. I don't have much time. If I want to go, I gotta go. Otherwise, I don't know when is my next chance. So during dinner, magically, my elder cousin mentioned Anime Expo, except he had been there already today. And my aunt's like, well, actually, you can go there again, like a couple days later, because the expo ends on 26th. Today is 24th. So we have 2 days left. Not much time, man. Not much time. However, my elder cousin isn't that interested in going there again. I mean, duh. Why would he go there again? You have to line up for like 3 hours. So, well, I'm asking Nick if he wants to go, I guess. On the other hand, I thought I had to finish a short response thing today, but turns out that is tomorrow. So I'm going to do it tomorrow instead. Instead, what I did was I finished my self-intro thing, and I actually went to the apps. I went to a few apps in a few tutor apps, and I put in my self-intro here and there, left a couple comments just to try it out, and hopefully I succeed. I gotta go, man. I gotta initiate. I gotta take action, man. Otherwise, it's I gotta do something. You know what I mean? Gotta do something, man. But yeah, that is all. So for the rest of the day, I'm not gonna do too much. So I went to Excel, and I found I made a list. Apparently there are 16 trips that I would like to take in Hong Kong. And 16 divided by 5 is about 3, maybe a little bit more. But hell no, I don't think I'd be able to make 16 trips for the rest of the year. But that's about 3 per month. Let me try to achieve that at least. So in August, actually maybe I'll go for 4 in August even, because in September and October I would be a little bit more busy because of the new semester. So maybe I would go to Kowloon City, maybe I would go to like Zigong, I don't know. But I'm gonna go somewhere, solo or not. Leo, Pink, and Jordana had dinner together. Apparently, Pink's Pink's primary school classmate held some sort of Jupus fair thing, and Leo, Pink, and Jordana volunteered in it. So they met up and had dinner together. So that happened. But yeah, I pretty much don't care at this point. I am going to watch some anime, and then I'm just gonna go to bed. Hopefully my fever and my pain completely disappears tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully just kind of want to go. I mean, if I don't go, it's not the end of the world, but there are things that only happen once a year, you know. There are things that only happen once a year and happen in a very short period of time. Buddha's birthday in Chengzhou, I mentioned that. The book fair, which is already over, by the way. It's already fucking over. Now the anime expo. And then there's the food expo a little bit later in August, which I don't think I will go. Why would I go? And Chinese New Year, I guess. But I mean, the whole world celebrates it, so, you know, who cares? But there are specific things that only happen once a year in Hong Kong that if I hadn't been there at the right time, then I'm screwed, because next year I'm already in the USA. So now is the final chance. I already missed the entire first half of 2021. I could have gone to Chengzhou in May of 2021. I didn't, even though maybe there wouldn't be much to see, but you get my point. So there's that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. All right, so time now is 12:55. Just a quick update here. Fever, I don't know if it's still here or not. However, I realized that why should I cling on to my elder cousin for the Anime Expo thing? Why? I mean, after all, he had already been there. Do you know who needs to go there even more? Nick. Nick is a huge weeb. He studies in the UK. He had the opportunity to come back to Hong Kong, which is extremely rare. So of course, he has to go there even more than I do. So I hit him up and I say, hey, do you want to go to the Anime Expo? He's like, okay, when? Where? What? And I said, Wan Chai, it ends on the 26th. And he's like, okay. So, that is great news. If my elder cousin suddenly decided to invite me again, I don't know what to say, but chances are low. But, with Nick, okay, if I go there with my elder cousin, the thing is, I want to film the YouTube video. But with my elder cousin, it would be very awkward. But with Nick, it's fine. So I'm going to film a YouTube video with Nick. I don't know if Nick will show up or not. Maybe not. But similar to my protest video where some of my other friends also showed up. I'm not going to name names. They actually went on camera. You can literally see their faces at a few points. But I'm not going to specify who exactly it is. But you can probably figure out if you're a smart guy. So there's that. That's great news. And yippee-ki-yay. It is 2:37 a.m. in the morning. I finished watching 2 episodes of anime. I'm done. I want to just go to bed. And of fucking course my dad's in the bathroom. Every single time. Okay, not every single time, but I'd say 50% of the time. Every single time I want to use the bathroom, it's either empty or my dad's in it. 50 fucking 50. Here's the funny thing, right? At around 1 a.m., he asked me if I want to use the bathroom. I said no. Because I gotta watch anime, right? After maybe 2 or 3 episodes of anime, then I'll use the bathroom. I'm sure at that point he's gonna be out of there, right? It's been 1.5 hours and he's still there. That is absolutely amazing. So yeah, there's that. But I'm happy about the whole Nick going to the Anime Expo thing though. If that actually happens though, I would be pretty damn happy. Not gonna lie. August is gonna be very fruitful. If okay, actually, that it's not August, but you get what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to make it very fruitful, you know. All right, time now is 3:27 p.m. on July 25th. It's my brother's birthday. So yeah, yesterday I slept very late because I had to wait for my dad to come out of the bathroom, and today originally I wanted to wake up earlier, but you know what? Screw it. I want to sleep. And I had a terrible sleep. This is a bad sleep. So I fell asleep at around 5 a.m. and then at around 7:20 a.m. I suddenly woke up and I was wide awake. I was super sober. And why is my voice so raspy? All right. And then at around 11:20 a.m. or 11:30, I woke up again and I was kind of sober. And then I finally slept back, and then I woke up again at around 1:30. Had breakfast / lunch, which is very not good. But yeah, yesterday I actually learned that there is a Hong Kong versus China Olympics match of badminton. So I was actually quite curious. So at around 12, I actually left my bed and checked my phone. Obviously at that point the match hadn't begun yet, so I checked again after I woke up finally at around 1:30, and unfortunately, extremely unfortunately, Hong Kong lost. But they did well. It was 21-18 in the first round, and in the second half it is 21 to no, the first half is 21-12, second half is 21-18. And so you know, they did well. And yeah, you know, under this new political climate, watching the Olympics had me caring more, you know. Last time in 2016 when I saw the Olympics that took place in Rio, kind of didn't care, to be honest, but now I kind of do care. So now China has 4 medals. Okay, earlier today it was 3, and then after the diving, now they have 4. Japan has 3, but Japan went from 0 to 3 within a span of 1 day, which is amazing. So I want to see Japan top China, that or some other country do it. So yeah, just amazing, you know. So there's this video platform called the Nico in Japan, which is different from Bilibili, but it's kind of similar to Bilibili because people can comment, and the comment will appear on the screen and they will swipe from like right to left as the video plays. And when they were watching the opening ceremony, and then when China came on, all the netizens were like, oh, you know, like war criminal and all that, like Tiananmen Square. And then when Taiwan came on and Hong Kong came on, there were a lot of positive comments, which is very heartwarming. And yeah, you know, a lot of the athletes that represent Hong Kong also got a lot of internet recognition because of the Instagram news accounts in Hong Kong, and yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, on the other hand, we have the Anime Expo tomorrow. Maybe I need a ticket for that, I don't know, but there has been some new regulations imposed, so got to do something about that. But that's it for today. My fever is gone. I feel totally fine. My left arm may still hurt a little bit, but I can lift it up quite easily without too much pain. So yeah, the second shot is actually way better than the first one. Wow. Um, yeah. So I downloaded this app for my phone, which is an app made by the Hong Kong government to basically monitor people where they have been, blah 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 blah, and it's sort of because it's easier for the government to track down who had been to where. If that person has like the virus, the government can track it down and know exactly where the person had been and do the right regulations and all that. And a lot of young people, including me, do not download it because it's fucking bullshit, man. Whatever the government does, there are ulterior motives. But a month later, I will be going to a place for dinner, and my mom told me to download it because you have to have the app. If you don't, you can't even fucking go in. So yeah, I had to download the app 1 month prior, for fuck's sakes. And in order to actually use the app, I need to set a password on my phone. For the longest time I have had smartphones, I do not set passwords because nobody even thinks about stealing my phone. But I have to set it temporarily. Fuck that. Speaking of my parents, yeah, they were so fucking pretentious. Like, my dad was watching the news. My mom came out and it was like, "Oh, Hong Kong versus China, who won?" And my dad's like, "China," and my mom's like, "Yes." And then, when a Hong Kong athlete was being interviewed, my mom's like, "Oh, is this a Chinese athlete?" And my dad's like, "Yes, representing Hong Kong." And then my mom asked, like, I mean, why does Hong Kong have their own team? I mean, Hong Kong's just a city, a part of China, right? That's weird. Then why can't Seoul be a separate team from South Korea? You know? And I didn't want to fight back, but I said, "Hey, Puerto Rico isn't a country either." You know? But fuck that. Shout out to Hong Kong. My alliance is completely on the Hong Kong side, and I'm happy that Hong Kong is getting recognition, uh, getting nominated for the Oscars earlier this year, and then the Olympics. Um, no medals yet, but some of them did really well. They won the badminton match yesterday against Malaysia, which is amazing, and then today, not much today. Oh, one of the guys won against India in table tennis and lost to China. And then there's a diving thing, which China won gold medal. And yesterday, in the 3x3 women basketball match, China's team is literally 4 tomboys. And they don't even look like women. Now, I don't want to sound misogynistic or anything, but what the hell is China trying to pull off there, man? What the hell are they trying to pull off? And earlier today, in a badminton match, one of the athletes in the Hong Kong team wore a black shirt because no company sponsored for his shirt. So he wore a black shirt, and then this somehow angered the authorities in Hong Kong and China, which is very stupid. And this made the news. And yeah, and it's so funny. There, the fencing girl from a couple days ago, who lost against Russia. She went from 40K followers to 60K followers just because of the Olympics. I don't know how many K followers does she have. So yeah, this Olympics thing, man. Not only is it like sports fun, but it's also political, like soft power warfare going on. Um, Pretty interesting, huh? All right, so time now is 11:19 p.m. on July 25th. Yeah, huge dinner. At around 7 p.m., my cousins came and we had Another extremely okay, so it's already $2,000. A couple days ago, $2,000 spent on the French restaurant um, in Admiralty, $2,700 to be exact, to be more exact, anyways. And then now today, probably a meal that's also super expensive because and super large as well. Like I'm extremely full right now. So my cousins came and at first we had lots of sushi, sashimi, octopus, and all of that. And then afterwards, on top of that, we have beef cubes, steak, and lamb chops. And then after that, we had a birthday cake. And then after that, we had durian. I ate 2 chunks of durian. So yeah, it was a very long meal, and that almost got in the way of. So I don't like it when people like touch my clothes and stuff. Germaphobe, I know, but that happened like tons of times. So I ended up changing my clothes now. Um, um, I also pre-booked the tickets to um, the Anime Expo tomorrow, and I and Nick decided to go there even earlier tomorrow. So we're gonna have breakfast, and then that's it. We're not gonna eat anything else. We're just gonna go straight to the expo all the way till the end. And then yeah, I also have homework, a short Respawns homework where I have to write 2 pages of a character analysis of one of the characters in August Wilson's play Fences. And I'm almost done with it. I still have, maybe I'm gonna have to do maybe a couple more paragraphs, and then I'm good. I'm done. And then afterwards, I'm gonna watch an episode of The Wire. That's it. I'm out. Tomorrow, I originally planned to do 2 album reviews. How the fuck am I gonna do 2 album reviews? Am I right? And I also did an album review today, but I haven't even edited yet. I have finished editing a thoughts update video. I'm gonna upload it now. So yeah, extremely complicated. So the plan for tomorrow is that I'm gonna film the 2 album reviews early in the morning, as soon as possible, as quick as possible. And then that, or I only do 1 actually. And then I'm gonna go to the expo, and then on that day, the same day, I go back home and then I edit the reviews, because I don't think I'll be able to have the time to edit it unless I wake up super early, because I actually planned, I told Nick, you know what, let's meet up at 10 a.m. near Nick's place, right? So if we meet up at around 10 a.m., we have a breakfast, a quick breakfast, say 10:45. We leave, we arrive at Wan Chai, it is 11:15, and then we have to line up, and God knows how long that lineup is going to take. Let's say 2 hours. 1:15 we enter the thing. 1:15 we enter the thing. We have missed probably a lot already. And we're going to go around the expo from maybe 1:15 to at least 4 hours, right? So 5:15. But we're probably going to stay a little bit later. So yeah, and also the lineup may be longer than 2 hours, because tomorrow's the last day and there's probably going to be a lot of people. So maybe we'll be able to enter the expo at around 2 p.m. We just have to stand for 3 hours straight, which is going to be very tiring. So that is that tomorrow. Oh, I can actually download an editing app and edit the review immediately on my phone while on the way, and then upload it with mobile data, but that seems too risky. You know what? Never mind. Just had this idea on the fly. But anyways, tomorrow is going to be very busy, but also pretty fun. My elder cousin also requested me to, if I do go to the expo tomorrow, I'm going to help him buy a couple dojin things, you know. And that's all. That is all. So right now, it is 11:24 p.m. I'm going to edit the album review that I just did earlier today. And then that's it, I guess. You know, if I have time now, actually, I'm gonna edit the album review, finish the homework, watch an episode of The Wire. I'm not gonna take shower tonight. Maybe I can squeeze a little bit time out to to film another album review. I don't know if that's possible or not. If that's possible, it would be amazing. Because I won't be doing the Claro album review. That Claro album review will be dragging Fantano down, which means that tomorrow he had to either review Alexis Marshall, Claro, or Willow Smith. And he usually does one album review per day, which means that tomorrow I'm going to review either Willow Smith or Alexis Marshall, and I will be able to get ahead of him because I have two on my agenda, he has three. So that is the battle plan here. Speaking of battle plans, yeah, Hong Kong lost to Spain in table tennis, unfortunately, and then there's this whole conundrum with one of the badminton players in Hong Kong wearing a black shirt because he is not sponsored by this by Yonex or some shit like that. And the Chinese authorities are like, "Oh my God, you're wearing a black shirt. Is this some kind of protest or something? You're offended by fucking color? Are you serious?" The Chinese authorities are even offended by Reuters posting a photo of a Chinese weightlifter congratulating her. Or was it a him? I don't know. Man, hearts made of glass.